Blessed be all my Aries people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And a quick reminder, my solstice sale is on, and so all the way up to the end of June, 25% off live readings and 25% off video reports from me. So if you ever want to get a session with me at a discount, now's your chance. Follow the links in the down bar below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology and the weather for this week? Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we've got an interesting combo with the Sun and Jupiter coming together in Cancer, your fourth house of home, family, and home economy, and they're forming a square to Neptune in your sign. And so this is actually a good combo, but it's a bit awkward. It's all about changing our bets and correcting mistakes. And there could be something coming up in this week where you might be getting a chance to fix something that maybe we didn't know we did wrong, or fix something that maybe we didn't know we were doing incorrectly. This could be a bit of a wake-up call, or this could be something that is helping you to undo and fix something from the past that's not really been doing what we thought. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in that fourth house of home and family, and this is all about new beginnings, fresh starts, and commitments. And for a lot of you, this is opening up a beautiful 2-week period where some kind of new commitment or new beginning that is going to have a big payoff kind of feel is coming into your home and family life. Now, this might be something that could initiate a brand new adventure, open a new road, or something that's just going to be making things a whole lot more comfortable as we go into July. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aries, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Six of Swords, and it's reversed. This week is going to be a week where a lot of road turnarounds are going to be occurring for you. And the Six of Swords reversed is all about going back and retrieving, reconnecting, and also revisiting or maybe even restoring things that maybe we had once turned aside from or fell by the wayside throughout, the course of whatever's been going on the last few weeks, the last couple months, whatever. But also at the same time, this can be a card where certain plans that maybe you had set for the week, or maybe even as we go into the end of the month and into July, you might have to be ready to revise a few in order to accommodate a few retrievals and a few reconnects. But this is actually a good card here because there may be some things that you do need to reconnect and retrieve that'll actually be really good for you. For your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs, you've got the Chariot upright. And the Chariot is all about big wins across the board. This is the card of big business, right? Kind of big city energy, but also at the same time, fast gains, fast progress, and fast profits. Now, for a lot of you, this is likely going to be the part of your life that takes over a bit of your week, because with the Chariot, we are getting elevated in our status, elevated in our visibility, and in our responsibility. And for a lot of you, you could be actually making some kind of important breakthrough on the material or professional front. Just again, remember, you might also need to be investing more time with this area of your life as things are definitely kicking up in terms of their speed and activity required of you. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Five of Wands upright. Now, the Five of Wands is indicating this week there could be some kind of conflict or maybe even a fight going on amongst our peers, amongst relatives, amongst friends. The Five of Wands can indicate competing agendas, competing needs, competing thoughts, competing priorities, and things could be getting a bit heated. You want to pay attention to what is going on this week. Obviously, we don't want to get caught in the middle of any friend dramas or family dramas, but at the same time, this could be a sign that something is calling for a change or a new way of going about handling whatever this conflict is about. Because with the Five of Wands, this competitiveness is getting to a place where, again, it could get heated if just kind of let to ride and let to kind of do the way it's always done. For your challenge this week, you've got the Six of Cups reversed. Now, the Six of Cups reverse is kind of interesting because this is the card that's all about cleaning one's slate, letting go of the past, letting go of past patterns. And yet, at the same time, we also have a card that says this is a week of retrievals and revisits. And so this is going to be a week where you're going to have to take some time to sort out, okay, maybe we are changing some past decisions. Maybe we're changing some past plans. We're also letting go of some past patterns, but also at the same time, maybe even restoring things that we shouldn't have given up on so quickly, or shouldn't have maybe given the lack of priority that we did. Whatever the case is, it's all about switches and swaps this week for you. But with the Six of Cups reversed, you are also encouraged to clean your slate and let your slate be cleaned where it can be. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is indicating, okay, there could be something coming up where you and a partner or a significant other may find out that something that we are trying to make happen or something that we are trying to get started is not happening either in the right place or under the right conditions or with the right people. And we may have to take something back to the drawing board. You may also need to look and see where we've been missing out on an opportunity or missing out on something really good because we've not been exploring it the right way. But once we do, this could still be a good week here. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Ace of Pentacles reverse is saying, again, there could be something coming up where we don't want to necessarily rush into any kind of new story or rush to accelerate a new-ish situation. But with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, there may be something that comes up in either a new connection or maybe a new connection showing up where we realize that we could maybe make something happen if we change something about the way we're making it happen. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Taurus people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. It's my solstice sale period right now, and so for those of you who are interested in checking out getting a reading with me at a discount, well, now is your chance. 25% off live readings and 25% off video reports from me. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 23rd and the 24th, we have the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, helpful third parties, and collaborations. But it's also forming an awkward square to Neptune in Aries, in your 12th house of the past, of private matters and secrets. And this is a helpful but awkward kind of combination because it's all about correcting mistakes and changing our bets. Now, this is going to be a period where you're getting a chance to maybe actually work on lifting up or raising up some kind of important connection, some kind of important project, commitment, or link that you have in your life that maybe you didn't know you weren't working with the right way, or weren't actually working as well with, or wasn't working as well with you as possible. Now, this could be the terms of an agreement or a contract, a connection with somebody important or a helpful collaborator, or again, a project. But whatever we're shifting up is getting a chance to, well, do some good for us if we're willing to correct some old mistakes and misassumptions. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in that third house as well, forming new beginnings, fresh starts, and new commitments. And there could be some kind of special gift, team up, hook up, or handoff going on that is going to be very favorable to you as we go into the 2 weeks following the 25th of June. This could be something that you are getting a chance to receive and work on solo, or perhaps, again, an important team up, collaboration, or alliance getting formed. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Taurus, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the Four of Swords upright. So the Four of Swords is our healing card. This is the card of rest, recovery, rejuvenation, and regeneration. And for a lot of you, this week is going to be bringing in a lot of good news about things kind of becoming stronger because they are going through a regenerative process. Now, this could have to do with your finances. This could have to do with health. This could have to do with family. This could have to do with important connections or projects. But with the Four of Swords, it's all around a really, really sweet card. However, this card can also indicate a slowdown of certain things that you may have going on, and it could be a little bit tough to adjust to, especially if you're used to keeping up a faster pace with different priorities that you have. But whatever the case is with the Four of Swords, this week is going to feel, for the most part, like a bit of a respite. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Eight of Pentacles upright. The Eight of Pentacles is all about upgrades, updates, as well as increases in the value and the gains that you're getting from the work that you do. And so this week you might be noticing things are starting to shape up around not only financial matters, but maybe even the lay of the land when it comes to how you are going about taking care of yourself and your practical needs. With the Eight of Pentacles, there could be something coming up where an upgrade, an update, or an adjustment to either what you're working with, tools, or resources, or accounts, or maybe even a job role or a job opportunity, likely getting discussed and put on the table for you to explore. Just make sure that you let yourself explore whatever is coming up here. The Eight of Pentacles could also indicate some kind of improvement to something that has been maybe out of balance or broken for a while. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Strength card upright. And the Strength card is indicating this week there could actually be some kind of important development where a friend, a family member, or maybe a member of your community and yourself are really building on your alliance, building on your relationship in a way where you're actually able to get something very important going that could be an enormous benefit to both of you. This could also indicate some kind of gift, some kind of help, or maybe even some kind of boost coming to you from a friend or family member or ally, new or known, that is also going to be helping something in your life that has been struggling be all the stronger, or something that stayed small grow all the bigger. For your challenge this week, you've got the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, the Queen of Wands reversed is indicating this week there could be issues coming up around a manipulator, a manipulative person, or somebody that might be trying to control, domineer, or create something that is really self-serving for them, but is actually damaging or perilous for other people. A lot of the times with the Queen of Wands reversed, we do get again, the Puppet Master kind of card. Luckily, with the Queen of Wands reversed, though, this is not a subtle person. This person couldn't act their way out of a paper bag. So you'll probably be able to recognize them right away when it comes to what they're getting up to. But they could be still stirring up trouble nonetheless. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Devil upright. This week, there could be something coming up where you and a significant other may have to face a familiar antagonistic influence. A lot of the times with the Devil, we see maybe a bully, a problematic person, or maybe even a situation that has been a problem in the past coming up once again. Now, this could be somebody that is actually being hostile with you or a significant other or the household. This could be maybe not a person, but so much a subject or an aspect of our life or a corner of our world or maybe a practical affair. But with the Devil card, interestingly enough, we are also seeing an opportunity to find out what is going to solve the problem as well. This would only be coming up if it were time to finally deal with it for good. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Devil card upright is giving you a bit of a warning this week. You might find yourself in a situation where you are going to have more than one romantic opportunity when it comes to new or newish people. But one of them could actually be somebody that, well, is kind of your usual bad taste type, right? The type that you might usually go for, that you know you shouldn't. And then you have a different opportunity that's going to take you out of that pattern. I think you know where I'm going with this. Be careful not to fall for what you might always fall for. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Gemini people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. Don't forget, I've got my solstice sale going on right now, so 25% off all live readings and all video reports from me. So if you are interested in either of those, head on over to my website or follow the links down below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we've got a very interesting combination of the Sun and Jupiter conjunct in Cancer, in your second house of income, employment, and security, whilst also being square to Neptune in Aries, your 11th house of friendships, community, and support system. Now, this is going to be a helpful but awkward kind of couple of days because we have correcting mistakes and changing our bets. And there could be something coming up here where a mistake, a problem, or maybe a conflict-prone situation with either a friend or a coworker or somewhere where we've blended social and material interests is getting a chance to be corrected for good. But everyone's got to be okay with knowing where they've made a mistake and changing who and what they're betting on now. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in this part of your chart, that second house of income, and new beginnings, fresh starts, and commitments could spell some kind of new opportunity for financial gain coming your way in the 2 weeks following the 25th. And again, likely something that could become quite regular, considering it is all about new commitments. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Gemini, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Six of Pentacles upright. This week is going to be a week where a lot of really generous offers, gifts, favors, and just overall backing is coming your way. A lot of the times with the Six of Pentacles, we see opportunities to shift away from maybe giving all of our time and energy away to takers and sharing our energy with other givers. And that could also be a big theme of what is going on in your social life. The Six of Pentacles is also going to be very, very strong for those of you that have been looking to maybe change the way resources, time, energy is getting distributed in your world in a way that is more fair and maybe even more balanced for not just you, but who and what you want to actually give that time and energy and resources to. With the Six of Pentacles upright, there is a sense of getting something put in proper form that has maybe not necessarily been given a fair shake. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Four of Pentacles in reverse is indicating that this week there could be something opening up, something being revealed that has been kept closed up or behind closed doors. A lot of the times with the Four of Pentacles reversed, we do see something that has been withheld, whether it's information, whether it's opportunities, whether it's resources, finally coming out into the open. And this could be kind of an eye-opener for a lot of you Gemini people. This could be something being handed out or finally handed off or finally proposed. But there's a lot of things coming out of the woodwork this week. And with the Four of Pentacles reversed, this could require you, however, to be ready to let go of some things you've been clinging to so you can receive something good with both hands. For your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Page of Swords reversed. This week, you might find yourself in an unfortunate position where you do catch somebody in a lie. Now, again, this is the area that talks about community. So we are talking about friends, relatives, platonic contacts. With the Page of Swords reversed, what can often happen is that we might find out about a lie that we believed from the past, or maybe we might be finding that somebody is attempting to get us to believe a lie that they believe. Whatever is going on, be careful not to fall for anything and be ready to maybe correct some bad math. Sometimes, however, some people are not ready to hear the truth and they will fight to hold on to the wrong belief. So you might need to also take some space from this person. For your challenge this week, you've got the Temperance card upright. The Temperance card is actually a really good card. It's not a really big challenge card. With the Temperance card, this is the card of healing. This is the card of mending, of blending, and also recuperation, but also a card of setting things right where they have maybe been out of balance, right? Putting things in their proper form. So when this card shows up as a challenge, it's not really that anything bad is necessarily happening. It's just saying that, as we go through this process, there could be something getting fixed or set right in your life that could bring up some cognitive dissonance, right? Sometimes things getting fixed means we have to admit something's broken. Sometimes things being healed means we have to admit something's sick. Sometimes things being put right means we have to admit something was wrong. And there may be something coming up around that this week, but there is a setting right of what has been maybe off. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the King of Pentacles upright. And this week, it looks like you guys are doing fabulously because the King of Pentacles is all about rising up in power and success, bringing in new comfort. And it looks like you and a significant other may actually be getting a chance to live a bit of the high life. The King of Pentacles is also indicating some kind of win that is raising the status or setting you and a partner up for a path that is going to raise your status in all respects. But also with the King of Pentacles, this could be a time where some kind of generous boon is coming your way as well. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the King of Pentacles represents a really good new opportunity for love, or maybe an emerging characteristic in somebody new or new-ish. Typically with the King of Pentacles, we see somebody who behaves more like the spouse or the long-term partner we would have down the road, and then you get the hot, the hot lover a little bit later. So that might be something to keep in mind. Something that you will heat up over time will be getting put on the table this week. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Cancerian people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow those links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Oh, also don't forget I've got a solstice sale going on right now, 25% off all live readings and video reports with me. So if you ever wanted to, head on over to my website or links below. All right, now your week and your astrology weather. Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we have got the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer in your sign, forming a square to Neptune in your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, and raises. And this is all about correcting mistakes and changing bets. And so this is going to be kind of an awkward but still very beneficial couple of days where you are getting a chance to change away from some kind of career plan, work plan, or financial plan that maybe you had attached yourself to that's not really taking you where you thought you were supposed to go, or it's just not working out. Luckily, we're getting a chance to switch something up, but we've got to be willing to catch where we've made a mistake. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in Cancer that's at your first house, your sign. And this is all about a new beginning, fresh start, or a new commitment for you, as well as a personal ambition, personal road, or personal wish that you would like to see fulfilled. And likely a journey that's going to get started as we go through the 2 weeks following the 25th. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Cancer, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus this week, you've got the King of Cups in reverse. Now, this week is going to be actually a really good week, but it's going to be a week that is probably going to also require you to be ready to look at things the way they are versus the way you've maybe reframed them to be more palatable. The King of Cups reversed can sometimes show up where, as a spiritual theme, where we're getting a chance to be relieved of a lot of situations in our lives where maybe we have been losing energy, losing resources, losing time, and losing opportunities to not so good associations and not so good company that we've been keeping. Attachments to the wrong people, to the wrong places, to the wrong things. However, with the King of Cups reversed, that can also, again, stir up some challenges as we go through that process. But the more you do, the better the week's going to be. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you have the Emperor card upright. Now, the Emperor card is indicating that this week there's probably going to be some really good news from an authority figure, a boss, or somebody who has some kind of command or pull over an important practical or financial affair in your life. With the Emperor card, a lot of you could be rising up in terms of your own authority status, or maybe even getting some kind of big help or favor from a boss or a leader in your life. This can be a brilliant card, especially when it comes to putting you in the driver's seat with something that's actually going to take good care of you, or possibly something that could pay out bigger down the road. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Sun upright. And the Sun card is all about fun, wholesome simplicity, sweetness, and also an influx of new recreation. This week is going to be wonderful for your social life because you're getting a chance to actually breathe some free air, but also breathe some new life into some important friendships and important connections that you've just not been able to find some time for. The Sun can also show up where there may be something happening where a friend or an ally or a relative is helping you to make something possible that has been impossible for you to fit into your life by simplifying something that's been overcomplicated. For your challenge this week, you've got the Ace of Cups upright. Being open to new beginnings, being open to new roads, being open to gifts, and being open to being set up well. Sometimes this card can show up as a challenge for people, especially when we kind of feel like we want to stay and finish a bad thing when we're supposed to be learning a lesson about just moving on. And there could be some things going on in your life this week where you're getting a lot of gifts, a lot of help, right? The Emperor, the Sun, where you're just going to need to be okay with not trying to constantly resolve things that don't have a resolution. Sometimes the Ace of Cups upright can also be a challenge where you're supposed to be allowing something maybe quite sweet or quite kind to be done on your behalf that you've not been allowing. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Ten of Wands in reverse. And so this week with the Ten of Wands reversed, you might be finding out about an opportunity for you and a significant other to make a very important and very good quit. The Ten of Wands reversed is all about dropping things that have become burdens, high maintenance, high expenses, too demanding, not giving enough back. This could be something that you guys have been roped into. This could be something that's been taking things out of your life or, again, denying good opportunities from being able to show up. You may even be hearing about something getting quit in terms of like a bad job or a bad association on the part of your partner. When it comes to those of you who are single or are available to new people, you might be connecting to somebody that is kind of going through this process this week. They're very open for something brand new to fill the new void, and so pay attention. That's going to be maybe a bit of a green light for you. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Leo people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. I've got my solstice sale going on right now, and so all the way up till the end of June, 25% off live readings and video reports with me. And so whichever one floats your boat, there's something for you. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 23rd and the 24th, we've got the Sun conjunct Jupiter, all the while forming a square to Neptune in Aries. And so this is activating your 12th house of the past, old business, secrets and shortcuts, and your 9th house of expansion, growth, big moves, big travel, and long distance connections. And what's happening here is that you are getting a chance to do some correcting of mistakes and changing bets with something that you maybe in the past once invested yourself into or maybe latched onto that you thought would have been a good plan or something that would have been a good strategy that's not really actually working out, whether it was a long-term plan or a short-term plan. However, correcting mistakes and changing bets is on the menu here, and so this is a time where you're getting a chance to make some important pivots with regards to maybe some of the people or maybe even some of the commitments or the spaces you had latched yourself onto or got involved with. But you've got to be cool enough to know when it's time to correct some mistakes and change your bets. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in Cancer in that 12th house, new beginnings, fresh starts, and commitments that are actually going to be bringing something back to life from the past. Something that maybe was an old dream, an old goal, an old wish, or an old era of your life, but under new conditions and under better conditions and maybe even in a new space or on a new path. Something that you can bring back or realign yourself with that's going to be good for you, but again, under completely different circumstances and set up for new success. And that's going to be likely showing up sometime in the 2 weeks following the 25th. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Leo, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you've got the 10 of Pentacles upright. And the 10 of Pentacles is all about completions with payoffs. And so this week is going to be bringing about a lot of news of important transitions and wrap-ups that are also going to be putting some bonus capital and bonus monies in your pocket. With the 10 of Pentacles, this could be a week where you are wrapping up a lot of journeys and commitments, especially those of a practical or professional or maybe household nature, but this is also beginning a bit of a countdown to something brand new. Pay attention to where you are getting a lot of good monies coming your way so that you can, of course, be ready to make those jumps comfortably. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you have the 7 of Swords reversed. Now, the 7 of Swords reversed is an example of a card you want reversed, not upright, because the 7 of Swords reversed is all about something being set right that has been thrown off, or something being put back that was once lost, misplaced, or mishandled, or even stolen. And with the 7 of Swords reversed, you might be getting something back in your life that you thought was taken away from you or denied or deprived to you. This can also indicate something coming up where a secret is getting revealed, unburdened, or coming out into the open that is going to provide you with some kind of financial or professional advantage. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the 2 of Pentacles reversed. Now, the 2 of Pentacles reversed is indicating the confirmation of something that's been up in the air for a while. So something that maybe you have been hearing about with a friend or a relative, or maybe even something going on with regards to maybe a plan that's not been set firm is going to be getting set firm this week. This can actually be really good news, especially if you've been waiting on pins and needles for an answer from somebody or something that you've been putting out there. And also with the 2 of Pentacles reversed, you may be noticing or getting news of somebody making some kind of important drop or quit in their life so that they can make an investment in you or something around you. For your challenge this week, you've got the Justice card upright. And the Justice card as a challenge is indicating this week, Leo, you need to make sure that you maintain a platform of honesty. This is a week that's going to be really good for you, but there's a lot of things going on where you might find yourself tempted to either fib, fabricate, or tell a few white lies every once in a while, whether it's just to make life easier for yourself or for other people. And the Justice card is saying, do not do that. In fact, honestly, the Justice card can sometimes also indicate a challenge where we might be put in a position this week where we have to be ready to be open and honest in our communications, where we feel like we might not necessarily feel all that right about being so honest, but we might need to be ready to. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Magician reversed. Now, the Magician reversed is indicating this week There could be something coming up with a significant other where we might not be seeing eye to eye about a certain associate of ours, whether, again, it's a friend, a relative, a neighbor, or something like that. The Magician card reverse can sometimes show up where a faker, a fraud, or a manipulator is afoot. And we may even be discovering where somebody has been acting against our best interests, and we might have to find a way to be honest with each other about this person and their motives. For those of you who are single or available to new people, again, the Magician card reverse says be careful. There could be somebody that's not all that authentic attempting to get your attention. Keep your options open to other people and make sure that you are discerning and scrutinizing. Remember, some people just learn how to get romantic attention. They don't know how to be good partners. And this week, there could be something like that afoot. Check your rising and your moon sign for what your other options are. So that's what I've got for your reading, Leo. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene. And should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Virgo people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can always head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow those links in the down bar below. And don't forget, it's my solstice sale time, so all the way up until the end of June, 25% off live readings, as well as 25% off video reports from me. And so if you ever wanted to get a reading with me, now's a good time to try me on for size. Again, follow the links in the down bar below, or go to integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we have the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer in your 11th house of friendships, your support system, and community. And it's forming an odd square to Neptune in Aries. Now, this is kind of a strange one because it's actually good, but it comes up in an awkward kind of way. There's likely going to be something coming up with a friend or with a member of your support system where we're getting a chance to correct a mistake and change an investment, a bet, or something that we have dedicated with our time with regards to that person that is actually turning out to be not paying off for anybody. However, this is going to require everybody to be humble and own where maybe a mistake was made, right? Some people try to change how they feel about a bad decision instead of fixing the bad decision. So you might not necessarily have an easy time with certain people, but it's a good transit. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in that 11th house of friendships and support system. And in the 2 weeks following the 25th, there could actually be some kind of new adventure, new journey, new commitment, or maybe even new friendship forming in your life, or maybe a new door for you to go through is being opened by a friend in your life that's going to help you to maybe attain or accomplish some kind of important task or goal that you have. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Virgo, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. Now, the Knight of Wands in reverse is kind of interesting because we've got a lot of really good cards following this one. This week can likely feel a bit chaotic if you're not careful. The Knight of Wands reverse can often show up where impulsive, fast decisions or disorganized behavior, disorganized people could be running a bit wild. And while this can still be a very good week because heightened activity can be really, really good, especially if we've been kind of in a bit of a slump, we want to make sure that we're keeping things good and organized. Mars is in your sign right now, so you should be in very, very good shape for that. However, with the Knight of Wands reversed, you might also need to be ready. A lot of things this week are going to be going in fifth gear, which might be working at a faster pace than you're used to. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Knight of Pentacles upright. This week is going to be really good to you on the work and money front because the Knight of Pentacles, not only is it your card, but also at the same time, we've got some kind of new normal, new commitment, or new road being set firm. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this could be a week where a lot of you are getting the chance to take your first steps into a brand new and much more comfortable lifestyle. However, with the Knight of Pentacles, order and organization, of course, is going to be key, but some kind of new promising financial or professional commitment is going to bring a big win your way. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you have the Queen of Cups upright. Now, the Queen of Cups is indicating this week there could be something coming up where somebody is offering to assist you with something that you have been trying to do all by yourself. With the Queen of Cups, it may even be that they are trying to take something off your hands or to fix, heal, mend, or make something happen that could make you feel a little bit self-conscious about accepting the help. Accept the help, Virgo. Because the Queen of Cups, as I always say with this card, we're getting a bit of the fairy godmother treatment from some friend, relative, or ally that we could really use. For your challenge this week, you have the Ace of Swords upright. And the Ace of Swords is all about green lights. It's all about roads getting opened up. And again, success and victory. When this card shows up as a challenge, this is not necessarily a bad challenge, but it's basically saying seize the opportunities when they show up. Make sure that you are prompt, make sure that you are active, and that you are participating. It can be very tempting when this card shows up as a challenge to kind of sit and process everything you've been through and overthink everything and waste your life. And you don't want to do that, Virgo. And I'm saying that to myself as a Virgo. With the Ace of Swords, there are going to be a lot of doors opening up for you, and you want to use the keys to those locks that you're being given. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Queen of Swords upright. The Queen of Swords is all about problems getting cleared and solved, and you and a significant other are likely going to be benefiting from some kind of shift or turn of a tide in an ongoing puzzle, conflict, or conundrum that we've not really had an adequate solution for. Now, with the Queen of Swords, this could just be cleaning everything up for you, or this could actually be a friend or an ally of yours, or maybe your partner's or a friend or ally of the relationship taking on the heavy lifting. But with the Queen of Swords, this is likely something that's going to be solving for good, something that's been kind of an ongoing mystery. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, well, the Queen of Swords is kind of a tough cookie, but in the best of ways. You might be meeting somebody that actually is going to also be bringing alongside them something that could also be an answer to a challenge, puzzle, or problem that you've not been able to really get an answer for in an area of your life completely outside of love and romance. And so it might be worth giving this person a look over. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Libra people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. I've got a sale going on right now, my solstice sale, 25% off all live readings and all video reports from me. They are separate things. And so if you are interested in trying me on for size, where we can give you a real personal reading, where we look at your real personal chart and your real personal life, well, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we've got the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, in your 10th house of career, upward mobility, and status. But it's also going to be square to Neptune in Aries. And so this is going to be a very good but very awkward kind of couple of days where there is likely an opportunity for you to correct some kind of mistake that was made once upon a time as it relates to a career path, a career alliance, a professional relationship, or maybe even a career trajectory. And we are going to have to change who and what we are betting on to succeed for us. This is actually a really good transit, but it can be difficult depending on what you're tied into on a career level. We also have a new moon in this part of your chart on the 25th, and this could indicate some kind of powerful new beginning or new commitment on the job or money front that could actually be setting you up to be quite comfortable in the 2 weeks following the 25th of June, and likely something that you could keep going for as long as you want. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Libra, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Seven of Wands upright. The Seven of Wands is all about advantages, and this week is all about you kind of getting on top of things that maybe you have been simply holding the line with when it comes to some personal battles or struggles in your life. The Seven of Wands is indicating a tide getting turned in your favor, especially when it comes to things that maybe you've not been able to amass the time, energy, or resources to take on. With the Seven of Wands as well, this could also be something, a sign that something or maybe multiple areas of your life are starting to switch in your favor where they once were working against you. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you have the Eight of Wands upright. And the Eight of Wands is all about acceleration, fast-paced changes, as well as things moving up from maybe a slower speed to a faster speed. And when it comes to all things work and money, this week you might be noticing a drastic influx of better business. With the Eight of Wands, you may even find that something that you had planned for later on down the road, or maybe something that was put on the table for down the road, whether it's a payout, whether it's a move, a work shift change, or whatever is going on, is getting moved up in a way that's going to be very sweet on you. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Queen of Pentacles upright. And so this week, there could also be some help coming your way from somebody who's looking to take you under their wing. The Queen of Pentacles is a very generous person, likely somebody that you could also look up to, or maybe somebody that you do respect and admire for maybe their success in the world, or somebody that you do care about or cares about you a great deal. This could even be a new friend. But with the Queen of Pentacles, what we're seeing is somebody that is helping you to polish and maybe improve the performance of something in your life, and possibly even somebody with an important hookup that you want to be able to take. For your challenge this week, you've got the Hierophant in reverse. Now, the Hierophant in reverse is indicating this week you may have to be ready to break some rules, or maybe even change something around the terms of agreement around a plan, a commitment, a schematic, a setup, or some kind of norm in your life. With the Hierophant reversed, it's actually going to be a really good thing that you do, but it could also be personally challenging, especially when it comes to other people, right? Some people do not like their routines upset. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Four of Cups in reverse. And the Four of Cups in reverse is indicating there could be something breaking you out of a bit of a romantic rut this week, if you have one, because the Four of Cups reverse is all about shaking things up in the best of ways possible. Now, for a lot of you, this could be something you and a significant other are getting a chance to do that is definitely off the beaten path, but also something that is igniting some kind of new adventure or shaking us out of a stagnant place. And luckily with the Four of Cups reversed, it's something we can keep doing if we want to after this week. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Four of Cups reverse is indicating a new relationship opportunity, or maybe a development with somebody new-ish is going to be behaving in much the same way. But it is, again, going to require you to be ready to change up some of your more familiar patterns. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Scorpio people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports with regards to the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. I've got a sale going on right now, my solstice sale, all the way up till the end of June. So 25% off live readings and 25% off video reports from me. So there's something in it for everybody. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 23rd through the 24th, we've got the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, in your 9th house of expansion, big moves, big travel opportunities, long distance connections, and prominence. However, they are also going to be still square Neptune in Aries. And this is a very interesting kind of transit because we've got a lot of good, but it's a bit awkward. And there's likely something coming up here where you're getting a chance to correct a mistake or correct a move that you maybe once made on a work or maybe on an official level with a contract, or maybe something with how you are putting yourself out there, or maybe even a plan around something that you're trying to promote or grow that is going to set it up for new success, but we have to correct the old mistake and walk away from an old strategy. This could be easier or harder depending on how many other people are humble enough to catch mistakes that you're working with, but it will be good. On the 25th, we've got a new moon here, and this is going to be bringing in some kind of new beginning, fresh start, or commitment that could be setting you up for some kind of big win around a long-distance connection or a move or travel goal as we go into the rest of the year. And that's going to be a story that starts to really develop as we go through the 2 weeks following the 25th. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Scorpio, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus this week, you've got the Three of Cups upright. This week is going to definitely be asking you to make sure you give yourself permission to be a bit more socially outgoing and socially active, as the Three of Cups can be seen as the popularity booster, but also the support system booster card. And this week, you're going to notice that a lot of your support systems are really going out of their way for you. But you want to make sure that you are not yourself, maybe in hermitude or flying solo. With the Three of Cups, you may even be finding a boost in not only your own popularity, but the popularity of the things that you care most about. And people not only want to lift you up, but they want to lift them up as well. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you do have the Knight of Cups reversed. And this one is kind of a tricky one because it's a bit of a mixed bag, mixed message kind of card. Now, on the good, the Knight of Cups reversed is indicating this week is actually going to be treating you quite well in all things material and practical. Money is flowing really well, projects and assignments are going really well. In fact, you yourself may be going through a bit of a rising star treatment as it relates to maybe a professional or financial matter. However, with the Knight of Cups reversed, sometimes when our light shines bright, we attract mosquitoes. And you don't want to necessarily find yourself in a situation where a leech, a user, or possibly a clingy person hoping to get something out of it for themselves spoils the fun. So make sure this week that you are letting yourself be risen up, but also at the same time with the Knight of Cups reversed, just be careful about the clingy, the needy, and the leechy. When it comes to your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Ace of Wands upright. And the Ace of Wands is all about some kind of new initiation, new beginning, or maybe even some kind of very important new adventure getting kicked off. Now, this could be something that you are invited to take part in, or this could be something that is getting stimulated in a group or possibly through a friend or an ally. With the Ace of Wands, this is likely going to be something that is bringing an influx of new power, passion, and energy into your life that you are also going to notice is starting to stimulate activity where there was none before. But with the Ace of Wands, it's something that's going to need to be nurtured so that it can serve you well. For your challenge this week, you've got the Three of Pentacles upright. Teamwork. Not saying teamwork is going to be a challenge, but kind of like what we saw with that Three of Cups. It's important this week that you bring more people on board and bring people closer into your life. The Three of Pentacles is all about getting ourselves into perfect working form and prospering and sharing in that prosperity with the right people. Sometimes this can indicate, though, a need to be a little bit more careful when it comes to how we go about sorting that out and filtering out the good from the yuck. However, with the Three of Pentacles, you're also being taken very good care of. And finally, for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. Now, the Six of Wands in reverse is indicating this week, well, you might find yourself in a situation where you and a significant other are going to be dealing with something getting backpedaled, reversed, or maybe rewound a little bit. This could be a decision that you and a partner are making together, or this is something going on outside the relationship. A lot of the times with the Six of Wands reverse, this backpedaling, this reversal, or this doubling back on something that was an original plan or something in motion is actually for the good of everybody. But sometimes, unfortunately, it can feel a little bit unpleasant to go through. And this could be something that is a disappointment in the beginning, but it turns out to be for the very, very good by the end of it all. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Six of Wands reverse is indicating there may be something going on where a changing of heart is going on as well. And some of you may be finding that maybe an opportunity or maybe a space or even a person that we thought we had a clear conclusion on might need to be rethought. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Sagittarius people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. I've got my solstice sale going on right now, and so up until the end of June, I've got 25% off all live readings and 25% off all video reports from me. So there's something in it for everybody. And if you're interested in a more true personal reading where we're looking at your true personal chart and your true personal situations, head on over to my website. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we've got the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, bonus capital, as well as anything relating to responsibilities you share with other people. However, they are also going to be square to Neptune in your in your fifth house, Aries, which is all about love, romance, but also creative enterprises and artistic pursuits. And there could be something going on here where we might be getting ready to correct some kind of mistake from the past as it relates to how we have been maybe planning around something that we would like to do in these areas, where maybe a financial matter, a debt matter, or maybe even a matter of shared responsibilities or shared finances needs to be corrected because of an old decision once upon a time. However, this is actually going to be something that's very good to those who make those changes. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in this area of your life, and this is going to bring in some kind of new beginning, fresh start, commitment, or gift that could come in the form of bonus capital or bonus money outside of where you're used to getting it sometime between the 25th of June and the 2 weeks following. So there's a really, really good new moon energy for you there, and a little bit of a bonus to walk into July with, wherever it comes from. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Sagittarius, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the star upright. The star card is all about important new beginnings that require us to be ready to change a couple roads. And this week, you might be noticing a lot of things starting to turn on for you that are actually very promising, but you are going to have to be ready to change a few directions or a few commitments in order to accommodate what's coming forward. Because the star card can also indicate good fortune coming in stages, this could be something that's kind of a multi-week or maybe even multi-month process getting started this week. But it is something that if you can, you're going to want to be ready to, again, adjust your world for so that you can better commit to good that's committing to you. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you have the Four of Wands in reverse. Now, the Four of Wands in reverse is actually a good reversed card. The Four of Wands is one of those cards you just can't screw up, upright or reversed. And this week, it looks like there's some kind of new construction or new work in progress that is starting to build up to a big payoff. Again, probably not this week, but probably later on in early July. The Four of Wands reverse can sometimes show up where we are doing the bricklaying and the preparation for some kind of big shift in a material or financial sense. And for a lot of you, this could be something that is actually turning on a really bright light in your life. However, it's something we don't want to rush. We want to make sure that things are done right as we go through this process. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Fool upright. And the Fool is indicating some fresh faces coming into your world and possibly even some kind of brand new ally or maybe new friend that is actually going to be opening up an important new door. Now, this could be a new contact, somebody that is completely new, or this could even just be a new beginning for a friendship or a family relationship with somebody that maybe we've not really gotten a chance to get to know as well as we could or should have. With the Fool card upright, though, again, fresh starts, new beginnings. It's kind of the new moon card, very on theme for this week. It's something that is going to have a happy payoff for you and all involved. For your challenge this week, you've got the Knight of Swords upright. The Knight of Swords is actually not a bad challenge because the Knight of Swords is all about help, a champion coming to our cause, somebody trying to take good care of us, or maybe even somebody helping us solve a problem. However, when this card shows up as a challenge, we have to be okay with problems getting solved instead of just making problems try to be more comfortable or easier to live with. And you might find yourself in a situation this week where yeah, that might be a challenge that comes up, especially when somebody does offer their services to work on your behalf. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Hermit reversed. And the Hermit reversed is all about some kind of important reconnect, reemergence, or maybe even something coming out of the woodwork that's been hiding in plain sight that's going to be very good to you and a significant other. Now, this could be a reconnect or maybe even something coming out of the woodwork because of the help of a partner or something that you and a partner discover together, or maybe something coming back into your lives that has actually been an important missing piece we've been doing without for too long. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Hermit reverse is indicating, again, a wallflower or somebody that has been hiding in plain sight or simply out of sight or out of dodge, coming forward into the light of visibility. And for a lot of you, the Hermit reverse could indicate a very special chemistry also coming out from that. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Capricorn people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. I've got a sale going on right now, 25% off all live readings with me and 25% off all video reports from me. They are separate things, but whichever one you want, something's on sale. So head on over to my website if you're down for a real personal reading. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we've got the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer in your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. And they are going to be square to Neptune in Aries. And so this is creating a very interesting kind of good aspect that's a bit complicated. And it's very likely that there could be something coming up where you and a partner or perhaps a family matter are getting a chance to correct an old mistake or change our bets around a plan, a setup, or something that we put together in recent or less recent history that was not on the mark, that was not really the right thing to do. And getting a chance to not only correct our mistakes and change our bets, but also set ourselves up for new success. But everyone's got to be cool enough to let go of an old mistake and just let it be gone. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in that 7th house of partnerships. And over the course of the 2 weeks following the 25th, it's very likely some kind of new commitment, fresh start, or new beginning is going to be occurring for an important close one-on-one connection, or bring an opportunity for a close one-on-one connection to form in your life. Now remember, this could be romantic, this could be business, this could be platonic, and this could be an overlap. But whatever is going on here, there's a win and a new commitment opportunity for everybody. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Capricorn, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you have the Hangman upright. The Hangman is all about pauses as well as downtime and certain things getting held up. Now, this week there could be news about a lot of things that you've been, kind of used to going through a bit of a freeze, getting put up on a shelf. Now, this is not necessarily bad news, however. Sometimes with the Hangman, there are things that we're trying to develop or work on that need more time to actually become something good for us. And so this week you might be kind of entertaining a lot of alternative plans, a lot of alternative activities, and things that are going to kind of be placeholders. With the Hangman, entertain the placeholders this week, because there could be some hidden gems in there that you wouldn't have noticed anyway if you had just kind of tunnel visioned your way through the week. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Page of Cups upright. The Page of Cups is indicating this week there could be some kind of special gift or favor being given to you just out of the goodness of somebody's heart. This could be financial in nature, this could be professional in nature. A lot of the times with the Page of Cups, we see somebody going out of their way to try to demonstrate appreciation and care through actions that actually are going to change a trend for us. Now, this could be something that is happening, again, just in a typical workday situation, or something coming as a pleasant surprise. But whatever the case is, make sure you follow up not only with gratitude, but also to see what can develop further from here. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Seven of Pentacles upright. The Seven of Pentacles, I've referred to it before as the check is in the mail kind of card. There is going to be something getting reserved, set in stone, and confirmed and committed that is likely something that you're very, very happy to have finally set and good to go. However, unfortunately, it's probably set for a later date than this week. A lot of the times with the Seven of Pentacles, we see something that is getting reserved that, again, is ours, that we can call ours, but we can't really do anything with it right away. And so you got to make sure that you avoid the temptation to rush things that you should not be rushing. For your challenge this week, you've got the Empress reversed. This week, there could be some issues coming up with somebody that could be kind of a known problem person in a friendship circle, a family circle, or a work circle. The Empress reverse often shows up where we need to look and see what is going on with the company that we keep. The call is coming from inside the house is the message here. Sometimes this could be stirred up, or a drama or a problem started up by a person like this, whether they are doing it to other people or they're just simply doing it to themselves. Because sometimes the Empress reverse is somebody who gets themselves into trouble, which then causes other people trouble, right? Low impulse control, overreactive, irresponsible, no conscientiousness whatsoever with the Empress reversed. Whoever this person is, unfortunately, we might have to get ready to get in and see what we can do to contain the situation. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Three of Wands in reverse. Now, the Three of Wands in reverse is kind of a wake-up call card. It's not necessarily bad, but it is saying last chance before something could get missed out on. And for a lot of you, this week, you and a significant other may be catching something that almost goes bad, and you're now kind of at your last moment to be able to fix it. Whether this is paperwork, whether this is something you're trying to accomplish together, or this might be something that we didn't know was an opportunity that we're almost missing. The Three of Wands reversed always tries to get our attention so that we can pay attention to something that we've not been staying in proper step with. Pay attention to your emails, pay attention to conversations, pay attention to deadlines this week, because this does not have to go badly, But the Three of Wands reversed is saying, be careful. You might not know what you're missing out on. For those of you who are single or available to new people, the Three of Wands reverse is also indicating, be careful. You might not know what you're missing out on. Because sometimes this card can indicate something that has already been trying to get our attention, or something that has already been made available that we're doing nothing with that could be good for us. And for a lot of you, this could also be just something that we've not followed up with the way we need to. So pay attention to where the wake-up call is happening, whoever you are. As far as you Capricorns are concerned, that's your forecast. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Aquarius people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in that down bar below. I've got a sale going on right now. It's my solstice sale, 25% off all live readings with me, and 25% off all video reports as well. So whichever one floats your boat. For those of you looking for a look at your own personal charts, your own personal questions, your own personal cards. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we've got the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, your 6th house of work, reputation, schedule, and business in general. And they are forming a square to Neptune in your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, and collaborations. And this is a weird one because this is actually a good aspect, but it's a complicated one because we are getting a chance to correct old mistakes and change our bets with regards, in your case, to something around a workplace setup, a work agreement, or some kind of contract or collaboration. Likely something that is going to require everyone to eat a little humble pie, but also something that's going to set everyone up for new success. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in Cancer in that 6th house, bringing some kind of new beginning, fresh start, or commitment into your work and material world. And this could be something that sets you up for a big win later on in the year, and likely something that's going to start bringing in some new money and some fresh energy into your work and financial worlds in the 2 weeks following the 25th. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aquarius, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the Eight of Swords upright. The Eight of Swords is the card of paralysis that we can escape, stuck situations that we don't have to remain in. And throughout the course of this week, you're going to be kind of presented with a lot of very interesting information about things in your life that have been maybe stuck in a bit of a Groundhog Day, or maybe trapped in sort of a wash, rinse, repeat cycle that don't need to be that way after all. However, with the Eight of Swords, you're going to have to be careful and smart about making sure that you take the outs that you're afforded. Pay attention to the picture here. The guy in the picture, yeah, he's tied up and he's got his blindfold on, but he's also holding one of the swords. He could just as easily cut his bindings around his arms and take off his blindfold and walk away. But he's not. Make sure you're not him. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the High Priestess upright. The High Priestess is indicating some kind of helpful interference coming your way. A lot of the times, the High Priestess, we could see really cool opportunities coming from collaborations, special connections, and good fortune, more often than not because of people getting involved and, again, running good things for us or running helpful interference for us. Now, for a lot of you, the High Priestess can show up where you might be getting clued into something that you didn't know you could do, help finding something that you've not been able to find, people matchmaking you with things that you're looking to be matchmade with, whether it's financial opportunities, work opportunities, or maybe even just practical affairs outside of work and finance. But with the High Priestess, you want to pay attention and follow their lead. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Nine of Wands upright. And the Nine of Wands is indicating somebody may be looking out for you this week, because the Nine of Wands is all about being set up for success and being protected. And a friend or an ally or a relative, close or near at hand or not so, maybe actually extending a bit of their power, their influence, or their capabilities to work on your behalf. A lot of the times the Nine of Wands can show up where somebody may be doing something to set us up for success, whether they want us to know it's them or not. Whatever the case is, you are benefiting. For your challenge this week, you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a warning card about bad package deals, things that might be attaching to what looks like it's good, and suddenly, because it's a part of the package deal, it's making it not so good. A lot of the times this can show up where we have to really look at the fine print of a lot of negotiations, a lot of situations, a lot of connections, a lot of people, or maybe even things that we might be trying to maintain or get involved with if they're brand new. A bad package deal could also be something that is just made known to you about something that you have going on, but you will get a chance to sort it out. And finally, for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Death card upright. The Death card is all about endings that we see coming that are closing long chapters. Now, this can actually be a very refreshing card, especially for you and a partner if you've been dealing with some kind of ongoing challenge or struggle, or maybe a story that you both want to see end. With the Death card upright, the end is in sight and maybe even getting underway. With the Death card, this is about clearing away something that is old and redundant and done in order to finally make room for something brand new and refreshing. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Death card could just simply imply this is the beginning of the end of a period of looking. The Death card could also be closing up some kind of chapter or situation that, known or unknown to you, could have been negative interference with regards to a romantic ambition. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Pisces people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting June 23rd, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com. I've got a sale going on right now, 25% off all live readings and video reports from me, because it's the solstice, and solstice sale runs all the way up until the end of June. So this is the last week for it, so hurry on in. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 23rd and the 24th, we've got a weird one. We've got the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, your fifth house of love, romance, as well as personal business enterprises and artistic pursuits. But it's also forming a square to Neptune in Aries, in your second house of income, employment, and security. And this is actually good, but awkward, because this is going to present an opportunity to correct mistakes and change our bets, especially when it comes to something that maybe has been not so good, either for our financial world or for our personal lives. This could be something that was a pre-established agreement, some kind of old plan, or maybe even something that we took on once upon a time that we probably shouldn't, and now we're getting a chance to, well, make a switcheroo. On the 25th, we've got a new moon in this part of your chart in that fifth house of love and romance, and that indicates some kind of fresh start, new beginning, or new commitment could be starting up a new journey or opening a new road in your personal life. Now, this could be something that you are embarking on with a partner or somebody new or new-ish, or possibly even some kind of new story unfolding as we go on into July. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Pisces, here is your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the King of Swords in reverse. Now, the King of Swords in reverse is saying this week could come with a fair amount of eye-opening revelations about situations where we may have been getting told the truth, but not the whole truth. And you might want to be careful about conversations that you carry on this week as well. With the King of Swords reversed as a spiritual theme, we're getting a chance to do a lot of reform and a lot of fixes in our life, but it does come at the cost of also paying attention to where we might not be working with a full deck, no pun intended, or we might be in a situation where we have been working with people or situations where maybe we've been getting the truth about certain things, but not the whole truth. And that's kind of what the King of Swords reverse is always a warning about. It's not a card of out and out lies and dishonesty, but incomplete truths. And when we talk about the whole truth and nothing but the truth, the King of Swords reverse reminds us that some people might share truths, but not the whole truth. And for your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Judgment card upright. Now, the Judgment card is indicating some kind of important preparation, some kind of important test of your methods, meeting, interview, or conversation that's going to be setting you up for a level up in this area of your life very soon. This could be something coming up on the job, or this could be something that is coming up in another area of your world. With the Judgment card, however, this is likely something that could put a little bit of pressure on you, but also something that is going to be lining you up for a big win if you work with the process. The Judgment card could also be wrapping up or bringing to a head a long-standing story or long-standing commitment that it is time to be ready to graduate out of. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Nine of Cups upright. And the Nine of Cups is all about wishes getting granted. Yes answers, as well as maybe even important moments where something is getting fulfilled that has been long sought. Now, for a lot of you, this could be something that is being taken care of by another person because this is the community space. So a friend could be doing it, a relative could be doing it, a significant other or love interest could be doing it. But with the Nine of Cups, this is about something finally getting fulfilled. Now, this could be something that you are sharing in with them, or it could be something that they're fulfilling for you. Your challenge this week is the Three of Swords upright. And the Three of Swords, unfortunately, is the card of heartache, conflict, difficult decisions, or even heartbreaking decisions that we might have to make. And this week, there could be something coming up where a clash or a conflict with another person forces us to make a difficult decision because of what is going on with them or what is going on with what was maybe built or co-created by them. With the Three of Swords, this might force you to make a call that makes you feel bad about the call that you have to make. Or this might be a situation here where another person's actions, you may or may not know, are actually more damaging than helpful, and you might have to make a difficult decision about what to do with their decisions and with them. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the World reversed. Now, the World reversed is all about resets, do-over opportunities, retries, and even undos. And you might be going through a smattering of all of that throughout the course of this week. With the World card reversed, do-over opportunities can be really, really special because we get a chance to try something again for a better outcome just under different conditions. Maybe it's in a different place, maybe it's with different people, maybe it's with different tools. And this is something that your love life is shifting up here for. This might be something you're discovering you can do, and you and a significant other are going through a bit of a look over on a couple of things and how that might work. Some of you may be going through the undo process, things that we've done that we wish we could take back. We've all had them. Luckily, undo opportunities and reverses like that can be very graceful too, so that's always a nice thing to see. And for those of you who are single or available to new people or are, thinking about somebody new or new-ish, there could be a do-over opportunity with something that didn't quite pan out the way we wanted it to, but again, under better conditions or under different conditions with the chance for a better outcome. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.